YouTube, Mark here with another edition of the good, the bad, and the ugly. Now I decided to explore the John Varvatos line. Very solid fragrance house. Very new fragrance house. Their first bottle came out in 2004, so they've only been in the game for about 6 years. They have 5 bottles released for men. I have 4 in front of me. I own 4. I'm missing the 2010 flanker, which is called Artisan Black. I'm definitely looking into purchasing it, so in the next coming months you'll see it in one of my hauls. But either way, let's get to the good, the bad, and the ugly from the John Varvatos line. I'll show you what I have available first of all. There's Summer Edition, Artisan, definitely gets points for the bottle. There's of course John Varvatos, the original. John Varvatos Vintage. And my newest bottle actually, the Rock Volume 1. Definitely, probably the heaviest bottle I own. So the John Varvatos line, they really do really dark, syrupy fragrances for fall and winter. So if you're really into that dark, syrupy fragrances, which are very good in really cool weather, the only thing that I found out with this line is awesome fragrances, but longevity, poor. Definitely poor. I can't get, I'll tell you, Rock Volume 1 is the best one for longevity, and it only gives me 5 to 6 hours. The rest of them are like 3 hours, 4 hours, not even. So I've owned some of these bottles for over 6 months now. I haven't done a review on one of them. Why? It's because of the longevity. I'm trying different things, and hopefully I'll get a review out. I believe Vintage is going to be the first one that will be reviewed by me, and I'm hoping to get a couple more wearings with it, and hopefully I can get some sort of longevity on it. But let's get to it. Now the top seller, the most favorite fragrance in the world of the John Varvatos line would have to be the original John Varvatos, the one that's been on the market the longest. This one started it all, started up with the syrupy dark fragrances. This is where it's all started, and this is by far their most popular and their top selling. Now my personal favorite, different. My personal favorite would have to be my newest bottle. I haven't worn it much, probably got 2 wearings since I've been back, is Rock Volume 1. Reason why? I'm actually getting a gourmand feeling to it. There's rose in it, there's coffee in it, so it's very interesting. And I definitely can't wait to review it, have a few more wearings to do, and take a look at this bottle, because definitely, first of all, shipping is going to be expensive. This thing's heavy. It is a limited edition, so it might be a little harder to find these days. I definitely had a hard time a couple months ago, but my personal favorite, and it gives me 5 to 6 hours, so it gives me more longevity than any of these bottles, which is why it got this honor. Now my most underrated fragrance of the John Varvatos line would have to be this one, Vintage. Vintage goes again in the dark syrupy lane. I could have put this as my favorite or most underrated. These two would have exchanged places gladly. So, but I'll put this as the most underrated. A lot of people grab this before they try this out. So, most underrated. Now the worst of the John Varvatos line, the ugly. I would have to say, because they switched up their style, they had that dark syrupy feeling throughout all these 3. This one failed. This is their take on summer, spring fragrance. And I gotta say, I don't get any longevity with this one, just like the other ones. But other than that, it's subpar juice. So I wasn't really impressed. Hopefully black changes my mind, we'll see. The bottle gets a lot of points from me just because of the bottle. But it's all about the juice inside, so that has to be the worst. I'm not saying it's a bad juice, but it's the worst of the whole line. So that's it, guys. That's my good, the bad, the ugly on the John Varvatos line. Comment below. Let me know what your favorite is, your most underrated, and your worst from the fragrance house. And again, comment below. Let me know what you want me to do next on the good and the bad and the ugly.